In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to use logical operators. So to start, I'm going to open from section 4, the demo, in the demo folder, open up the wackyWallStripes.html file in Notepad again, and then also open the example 2 this time, and open that with Notepad. Okay, then we go to Notepad. And let's open these right away. This first one here is the completed example code. So let's go ahead and run that in Chrome. And then we'll go back to the demo code and run that in Chrome as well. Now you'll notice in the completed version we've changed it a little bit. There is now this icon of a die with question marks on it. It is our symbol for a random number generator. And really the most logical way to explain the use of logical operators is when there are multiple things that you are trying to check for, and user interaction options are probably the most common things that you're going to check for. In this case, this example contains these options here, mainly for the purpose of teaching the concept of using logical operators. So we actually have 3 things that users can click on. They can either click the straight line option or the curved line option, but then we want them to click the random number generator option before, and you'll notice that the code up here says make sure you select one of the line types and then click on the die before you select a color. So in this code we are checking to see if they've done both, either one or the other of these, either the straight line or the curved line, and have they also checked the random number generator before we draw their line. And what we're actually going to do is randomly pick coordinates for the lines that are drawn. So Boolean operators or logical operators are necessary for us to have this kind of interaction. So first of all, let's point out that we don't even have the random number generator icon here. We also don't have the code yet in the demo version of the HTML file, so let's copy and paste that over. So from the completed code example, we're going to copy and paste all the variables that are used in the process. And then save that. So the variables are copied. We also need to copy the function. This is the function, well, let me go down to the button first. The die button down here, this one right here. As you can see, when the user clicks on this button, it calls the goRandom function. So we need to copy 2 things. We need to copy this, and we're using this button in place of the magenta button. So we'll just paste that there. And then also we're going to need the goRandom function. So we'll select that, copy it, and paste it up here. It doesn't exactly matter where it's put, but I'm going to put it right here in place of the paint magenta function, since we don't have a magenta button anymore. And save that. All of this code in here about creating random numbers is going to be the subject of the next demo video, so we won't explain any of that now. We're just going to focus on the logical operators that we use. Because when they click on a color swatch, that's when we check to see if the user has selected either the straight line or the curved line, and also has checked the random number generator. So I'm actually talking right now in terms of logical operations. Let me show you what that looks like in actual code. So if we go back to the code from the completed example, we'll see that the logic really actually begins with the clicking of the buttons. When the users click the buttons, what happens? So we see that the buttons are now designed so that they each call the same function, the check selections function. And we pass an argument along with this to indicate the color of the button that was clicked. So if you click on the orange button, it passes the argument orange to the check selections function. So let's go look at the check selections function to see what it does. This is actually where the logical operators are used. So since the users are supposed to select either the straight or the curved line option and then check the random button, this is what we do. We check for straight or curved. That's what the two pipe characters next to each other indicate is the OR function. And then these two ampersands next to each other are the AND operator. I think I said OR function earlier. I meant to say OR operator. So the logic here is to make sure that the user has either selected straight or curved, so they're supposed to select one or the other, but they always have to select the random button, so it's straight or curved and random. And the only way that this can be true is if one or the other is selected and the random is selected. And if it's true, then we will go ahead and take that argument, the color that we passed with the when they click on the button, we pass the color as an argument along with the function, and then we'll just pass that. If color equals orange, then we'll run the paint orange function. If color equals green, then we'll run the paint green function, etc. So we do need to copy this function from here into our demo file. So we'll just insert it here underneath the goRandom function. And then while we're here, we're going to go down and, well, let's copy it. We will grab this little bit here, we'll just select it and copy it. Go over to the demo version and paste it in. So instead of calling the paint orange function, we will paste that in there. It passes the orange. Then we'll paste this in, actually the same in each case. And then we'll just change the argument to match the color of the button. Okay, and then we'll save it. Now let's check and see if we copied enough of the code over to make this work now. So we're on the demo version. We've saved it. Now we just need to refresh it. And if we follow the instructions and select one of the line types, and then select the random number generator, and then one of the color swatches, we will have a randomly generated curve. In this case, we have to select the random number generator in between each time. That's the way this code is actually written. You can change the code so that it doesn't require the user to select the random number generator each time. But our logical operators are working, so this demonstration should help you to be able to do the assignment.